In one ordinary day filled with school errands and market runs, everything suddenly turned deadly for young Ebuka. From bombs to raging floods to falling electric poles. Each moment he stared death in the face and somehow survived, again and again. But what awaited him at home was the most unexpected part of all.
I woke up that morning to the sound of a rooster crowing outside my window. The sun had not fully come out, but I could hear Mama pounding yams in the kitchen. I stretched my arms and yawned. My name is Ebuka. I'm 15 years old, and I live in a small town called Ota in Nigeria. I didn't know that today everything would try to kill me. I wore my brown slippers and walked outside to brush my teeth. I greeted Mama. "Good morning, Ma." She smiled. "Good morning, my son. Hurry and eat. You have errands today." I nodded and rushed back inside. After eating some hot yams and red oil, I picked up my small bag and headed out to deliver bread for Babatunde's shop. The road was quiet. Chickens ran across the red sand path, and I could see some women sweeping outside. I was walking past the market when I heard it. Boom! A loud explosion shook the air. People screamed. Smoke filled the sky. I dropped the bread and ran. It was a bomb. A terrorist had blown up the bus park. I saw fire. I saw people running and crying. One woman fell beside me. I helped her up, my heart beating like a drum. "Run!" someone shouted. "Another one is coming!" I didn't wait. I ran faster than I ever had before. My slippers flew off, but I didn't stop. A second explosion hit. I was thrown in the air. I landed behind a broken wall. My ears were ringing. I couldn't hear anything. My eyes were full of dust. I touched my head. I was bleeding, but I was alive. Death number 1. I had survived, but the day was just beginning. I stood up slowly. My shirt was torn. I picked up my bag, which now had a hole in it. I walked away from the market, my legs shaking. I didn't know where I was going, but I wanted to be far from the fire. I saw a woman crying by the side of the road. "Have you seen my daughter? Please help me," she begged. I wanted to help, but I was scared. What if another bomb exploded? I looked around. Soldiers were shouting, people were screaming, and the sky looked gray as if it were crying too. Suddenly, someone grabbed me from behind. "Give me your bag," the man said. He had a knife. His eyes were red, and he smelled like bad beer. I froze. "Please, I don't have anything." He didn't listen. He pulled the bag from me and raised his knife. "Leave the boy alone!" a voice shouted. It was a tall man with a wooden stick. He hit the thief on the arm. The knife dropped. I ran. I didn't even look back. I heard them fighting, but I just kept running until my legs burned. That was the second time death tried to catch me. I found a small corner near a shop and sat down. My chest was rising and falling. I wanted to cry. Why was this happening? I just wanted a normal day. As I sat there, rain started falling. Heavy rain. I got up and started walking again. I wanted to go home. I missed Mama. I missed our small house and the warm food. I walked near a tall electric pole. It was shaking in the wind. Before I could step away, lightning struck. There was a loud crack. The pole snapped and started to fall straight at me. The electric pole was coming down fast. I didn't even have time to shout. My eyes went wide. My feet were stuck. I wanted to move, but my body refused. Then, just before the pole hit me, a strong hand pulled me back. I fell on my back and the pole crashed down right where I was standing. Sparks flew everywhere. I could smell burning wires. The rain mixed with the electric wires made a loud zzz sound. I looked up. It was a woman. She wore a wrapper and had a baby tied on her back. "Are you all right?" she asked me. I nodded, still shaking. "Yes, thank you, Auntie," "You almost died, my child. This rain is not good, oh. Go home, quickly," she said, and walked off. That was death number 3. I was wet, cold, and tired, but I had to keep moving. I walked along the edge of the road, trying to stay away from trees and wires. Soon I reached a small footbridge over a wide gutter. The water under it was rushing fast because of the rain. I had crossed this bridge many times before. It was made of wood, but now it looked weak. I put one foot on the bridge. Crack! The wood broke under me. My legs slipped, and before I could grab anything, I fell into the rushing water below. The water was cold and strong. It pulled me like a monster. I tried to shout, but water entered my mouth. I kicked and moved my arms. My bag floated away. I hit something hard and saw blood in the water. I thought, this is it. This is how I die. But then, something strange happened. A tire. A big black tire floated toward me. I grabbed it. I held on tightly as the water carried me down, down, down the gutter. Finally, the tire got stuck near some rocks and I crawled out. I coughed and coughed. My clothes were torn, my body had cuts. That was death number 4. The streets were empty. I passed a few houses. Dogs barked at me. I turned into a small alley, which I knew would lead to our house faster. That was when I heard footsteps behind me, fast ones. I looked back. 3 boys were following me. They looked older and stronger. One of them had a stick. Another was chewing gum loudly. The last one had something shiny in his hand. I started walking faster. So did they. I ran. They chased me. I turned corners, jumped over puddles, and slid on the wet ground. My chest was on fire. I was breathing like someone who'd been running for hours. I made it to the end of the alley and ran into a busy street. Cars were passing. I didn't stop to look. I just ran across. A Danfo bus almost hit me. It stopped with a loud screech. "Are you mad?" the driver shouted. I didn't answer. I kept running. One of the boys tripped and fell. The other 2 stopped chasing. I ran until I couldn't hear them anymore. I hid behind a kiosk, shaking. I peeped out. They were gone. I sat on the ground. My whole body hurt. My legs were weak. My head was spinning. That was death number 5. In one day, 5 times I almost died. But I was still breathing, still alive. But the day wasn't over, and something else, something strange, was waiting for me at home. Each step I took felt heavy, but I was going home. I passed by Mama and Ketchy's shop. The door was closed. The town felt strange, like it had been weeping. When I finally saw my house, my heart beat faster, not from fear, but from relief. I ran to the front door and knocked weakly. "Mama, it's me." The door opened fast. Mama stood there with wide eyes. "Ebuka, Jesu, what happened to you?" She pulled me into her arms. I couldn't speak. I just started crying. She cried too, holding me tight like she never wanted to let go. "I thought I lost you," she whispered. "I nearly died today, Mama, 5 times, I said softly. She looked into my eyes. "But you didn't. God kept you. My son, you are a miracle." She helped me inside. The house smelled like soup and kerosene. It felt warm and safe. She cleaned my wounds with hot water and palm oil. She gave me dry clothes and hot gari to drink. As I sat on the mat with her, I told her everything. The bombs, the thief, the electric pole, the flood, the boys who chased me. She listened without saying a word, but I saw tears in her eyes. When I finished, she held my hands. "You are strong, Ebuka. Today, you cheated death. But you also found something even greater. Your life." That night, I lay on my mat and looked at the zinc roof above me. The rain had stopped. The air was cool. For the first time that day, I felt peace. I closed my eyes and whispered, "Thank you. Thank you to the woman who pulled me from the pole. Thank you to the stranger who fought the thief. Thank you to the tire that saved me. Thank you to the people who tried to help. Thank you for one more day to live. And I promised myself I would never waste this life, because I had been given a second chance, maybe even 5, and I would live it with courage, kindness, and joy. The sun would rise again tomorrow. Please like